Thank you very much, convener. Yeah, as the registrar-general, I'm responsible for taking the census. So as there's been some commentary on it, I thought it would be appropriate just to note a few points. I think the first one is the legislative point. So to be clear, in 2011, the whole UK used a self-identified self-sex question. And that was the intention of the Office of National Statistics as they went into their 2021 census. They were subject to a court challenge, and an interim decision in the High Court of England and Wales ruled against their approach. And ONS took the decision not to contest that judgment and to amend their guidance. Importantly, as we talk about data, though, that came into effect after ONS had received millions of returns. So that change in guidance happened after quite a large proportion of the population in England and Wales had already submitted their returns using the existing guidance. Now, in Scotland, this case was subject to both a judicial review and an appeal, and our guidance in both of those cases was found to be compatible with the legislation, and the judges who were involved in those decisions noted that there was a wide variety of use and interpretation of sex and gender across a range of different pieces of legislation. So to be clear, there is a clear legislative position in Scotland around this issue as it relates to the census, and we've acted compatibly with the legislation. And I can't comment on a decision in a court in another part of the UK based on the information that they had, but it was an interim proceeding. It wasn't a full judicial review outcome in that case. In terms of the comments made about the data, I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy that I haven't got 90% plus in the census, but there seems to be great weight of interpretation that because we haven't achieved that, the census is in some way, I've heard various words, shambles and various other things that have been defined. And that's not the case. We're the organisation who are the census taking experts. We've been doing it for over 200 years. We can produce a good quality census outcome with the 87% plus return rate that we've received now. I appreciate that this has been a source of speculation, so I commissioned an international panel of experts chaired by Professor James Brown from Sydney, who's a professor in official statistics there, and including a number of international experts, including the UK national statistician, Sir Ian Diamond. Last week, they issued a statement saying that the census achieved a solid foundation and it was appropriate to move on to the next stages. Modern censuses are not just about the collection of data. That's kind of how it used to be done a long time ago. The last 30 years, we've been using census collection, we've been using something called a census coverage survey, which we're about to start running in Scotland, and a range of other statistical techniques to produce high quality outcomes. And we will use those advised by the international panel that I've convened to ensure that we provide high quality census outputs. So I just thought it'd be helpful to clarify those points as they've come up in discussion. Thank you, convener.